Our salutatorian has a GPA of 5.39. Has been the president of the National Honor Society and Nu Alpha Theta Math Honor Society. A finalist for National Merit Scholar. And he's been very actively involved in our drama program and our improv night for the past 3 years. He's a member of the very first IB graduating class. He is attending Columbia University and has been named a Davis Scholar by Columbia, where he plans to study electrical engineering. Please welcome Idris Surdwala.
Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, until quite recently, I had a pretty big problem with what is expected of me as salutatorian. Honored though I was to have had this position bestowed upon me, I was intimidated by the daunting task of that final high school speech, the big one. You see, I am expected to impart some timeless wisdom and synopsize our 4 years here at Plantation High School because I am supposed to be one of the smartest kids here and therefore one of the most lucid. However, when a kid decides to take 5 IB classes and 5 AP classes together in 1 year, yes, it's possible, I don't think smart is the right adjective to be used. Delusional seems a bit more appropriate. Needless to say, junior year was one of the most academically challenging years ever, and 1 year of the most personal growth that I've ever experienced. At a staggering 5'5", this person is towering over everyone else in my house. Our time here as colonels has been full of growth, full of changes, of memories, both shared and personal. In fact, looking back at the past 4 years, I find myself wondering how I and all my classmates coped with so much change. There have been some pretty big developments in our lives, many just within PHS itself. Our new cafeteria tables, for example. The transition from rectangular to round is one that I'm still trying to digest. And then there's the introduction of our new vending machines, especially the one with the lines that make me feel like I'm at the DMV, the one with the little parfaits. Delicious and life-changing, just like I'm hoping this speech will be. By the way, let's give Miss Isha Choksi a round of applause because her article in the Colonel Journal not only led to the school getting new vending machines, it also exposed injustice and showed us all that one student can indeed make a difference as quickly as, or sometimes more quickly than, an adult can. Thank you very much. Needless to say, though, every student here today wearing this cap and gown has gone through many unexpected twists and turns to get this far. We all have our own crazy story with its own crazy plot line. We've all thought at some point, while gazing at the ceiling trying to go to sleep, hey, you know, my life would make a really cool movie. The different victories and defeats, the different decisions, they've all led us here to be in the same building once more for the very last time. After thinking for quite a while about what helps us cope with so much change, I realized that the secret lies in appreciating what stays the same. Of course, we'll have our flashbulb memories of one-time events like Pull Up Your Pants Day, where students who sagged their pants at our school were handed free belts to hold their pants up. Apparently, the people handing out the belts thought that the students would actually use them for that purpose. They were regrettably wrong. Then there was the shining moment in our senior class's timeline, where the Colonelsaurus Rex made its big debut. And we finally had a mascot that we were allowed to show in public. Let's give a huge hand to my friend Mr. Hakeem White for being the best mascot. who lovingly dubbed our new dinosaur the Slagosaurus Rex, Mr. Redcrow, the substitute teacher at. Yes, we will always cherish those one-time memories, but the underlying foundation for our sanity has proven to be the things that we could always rely on. The things we could always expect to be with. Our family, our friends, the sweet sound of Miss Dishowitz yelling at yet another student to take his hat off in the hallway, and the joy of doing absolutely nothing in class when a teacher would play a movie. By the way, Mr. Kane, I passed the English exam, so whatever. When life seemed too hectic, when it seemed to move too fast, we kept ourselves grounded by remembering that there were certain things we could always count on to be there the next day. There were people who gave us a reason to wake up, get dressed, and come to school, sometimes not in that order. To recognize what these constants in our lives are, we need to have a really broad perspective. Each one of you graduating seniors has the potential to do big things, but big accomplishments can only come through small steps. And we're all bound to trip up here and there. It's part of the human experience. Success at a grand level can only be achieved if you don't sweat the small stuff. So always keep that broad perspective about you. Always ask yourself whether what you're stressing over now will matter a week, a month, a year from now. Most of the time you'll be happy to realize that it won't. The stress factors that will matter so far away from now are the things that you really need to focus on because they're the most important. Prioritization is the quickest route to long-lasting happiness. I'd like to thank my older sister Maria for teaching me that. Maria, you always open my eyes to the beauty of the world when everything seems terrifying. Thank you for being here for me through thick and thin. On the subject of thanks, I'd also like to thank my mother and father and my aunt Sakina for never allowing me the luxury of giving up or not taking the responsibility seriously. You guys have always been the secret to my success. And I love you very much. Of course, this school wouldn't be where it is today without the hard work and sincere dedication of its teachers. Mr. Wood, who listens to every student's whining, and somehow converts this whining into fuel towards that student's success. Mr. Kiramonte, who teaches his students the importance of just taking a break sometimes and watching the grass grow. And Miss Marvin, who, whether you liked her or not, was awesome. Now, I can't name every teacher at our school. They all deserve our thanks for what they do. The administration as well. Our principal, Ms. Susan Bruning, has brought Plantation High to heights it's never seen before. Without our front office staff, guidance department, and brace advisor, our high school experiences would have been much more difficult. The school's IB coordinator, Mr. Payne, is the reason that 34 of us, the survivors as we like to call ourselves, are graduating as Plantation High's first international baccalaureate class ever. My final thank you goes out to the IB class of 2012. You guys taught me that being with the same people for 6 hours every day for a whole year makes me want to gouge my eyes out. Though I got closer to some of you than to others, I have a great deal of respect for each of you. We made it, guys. Just for reference, the IB kids are the ones with the white hats who decided we should stand out someday. We all have people in our lives who deserve such thanks. I'm lucky enough to be able to thank mine in front of thousands of very intimidating stares. My fellow seniors, it's no secret that we have the best graduating class ever. Aside from the best students, we also have the most awesome class mottos. From the Mayan calendar comes, they've saved the best for last. We also have, you know you want to be 1, 2. And my personal favorite, YOLO. I hope you all cherish the memories, both good and bad, that you've made over these past 4 years. Because life is about to get a lot harder. It already has. Our paths have led us up to this milestone in our lives, and these paths are about to separate again. Seemingly for good, unless 10-year reunions are not. No matter where life takes you, though, always remember where you're coming from. Your past doesn't have to define you, but it will always be a part of you, so embrace it with courage. Herman Hesse wrote this in Dark. Seeking means to have a goal, but finding means to be free, to be receptive, to have no. So while all of you are seeking success for the future, I hope you end up finding yourselves along the way. It's our turn to show the world what we're capable of, so follow your dreams, stay open-minded, seize all opportunities given to you, and sometimes seize the ones that are kept from you. And most importantly, never sweat the small stuff. I hope to hear from many of you, but I hope to hear about all of you. Have a great day, and have a great life. Or not.
The choice is up to you.
Thank you, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2012.